So it's now been more than a month since my new business, The Influence Expert, was launched. And I just want to speak to you about why it is that I'm so passionate about this subject and why it is that I'm really excited about this business and how I hope to be able to help people. I think influence is an incredibly important topic, and I think it's one that is often misunderstood or not thought carefully enough about. I think a lot of people talk about different aspects of influence without ever looking at what influence means. Now, influence can mean lots of different things to different people. Some people think of influence as the ability to influence others, almost like you can hypnotize them and you can get them to do what you want. Other people think about the influence that great leaders throughout history might have had. Other people, when they think about influence, think about personal branding. What is the brand that you're carrying with you? There's lots of different ways to look at influence, and they're all right. Those are all definitions or different types of influence. But really, we need to ask ourselves the question, why does influence matter? Why does it matter if somebody has a stronger personal brand than somebody else? Why does it matter if somebody has influence and somebody doesn't? The reason why I'm so passionate about this subject is probably two main things. The first thing is the difference that influence has made to my own career. I went from starting off in the charity sector and not really knowing anybody else in the sector, not knowing anything about the sector, working for a very small charity. My career advancement prospects were not particularly high. I didn't have lots of role models to learn from. I wasn't part of many associations. I didn't have good networks. I went from that, and my next full job was being chief executive of a small but very prominent national charity. And the reason why I was able to achieve that, and the reason why I was able to achieve the other successes which have happened since that time, were for me about influence. I decided to get really good at a particular topic. So for me, it was about charity governance. I'm the founder of something called Young Charity Trustees, and I'm passionate about board diversity and good charity governance. Once I realised that was something I could specialise in and get better at, and I was passionate about it, it gave me the opportunity to unlock lots of doors to meet interesting people and to build my influence. I then had the opportunity to make speeches, to write things for other people. I started a blog, I sat on panels, I sat on a national working group helping to coordinate the National Trustees Week, and all these things stood me in good stead when it was the opportunity for me to apply for a chief executive role. And I became a chief executive at the age of 30. Now, becoming a chief executive was one of the long-time aims of my career that I thought I might achieve in perhaps my very late 50s if I was lucky. But I was able to achieve it at the age of 30. And I think my ability to influence and the confidence and skills that I gained through learning how to influence was the main thing that got me that job. And since then, in the other things that I've gone on to do, now in setting up my own business, I think influence has really helped me. And in fact, if I look back, I can piece together the things throughout my life where influence has helped me. So that's the first reason. The first reason is that I can see how influence has helped me, and I want it to help other people. The second thing is that I think we're at an amazing time in history. We're at a time really when we've never had it so good in terms of our individual ability to influence. I could go online right now and have the opportunity to read for free more information than anybody bar kings and emperors would have had until very recently. I have the opportunity to learn, often for free, online, and to peer into some of the greatest minds in the world very, very easily. I have the ability to push out messages to many, many people via social platforms. And I'm particularly interested in social media and using social media for social good. And I'm a big fan, for example, of LinkedIn, and I've really become quite an expert in some of the ways you can reach out to people using these platforms. But what I often see is that there are some people with brilliant ideas, and there are some people who are brilliant at influencing. But sometimes those aren't the same people. So there are people who are actually quite good at influence, who maybe don't have something particularly earth-shattering to share with the world, but they're very good at influence, so they share their thing with the world. There are other people who have something that the world desperately needs, or a cause that really would be of interest to many people, but they don't have the skills to influence others. And it doesn't just have to be about a cause. It could be you want to influence other people because you want to get an advancement in your career. But again, there are sometimes some people who they have all of the right skills bar the influence. So perhaps they're very good working in the background and they're less good at kind of working to influence people, or they're less good with a large group of people, or they're less good at pushing their ideas out online. And so I'm really passionate about at this time in human history where we have this advantage, I want to help to democratise that. I want to help people to use their influence to make their lives happier places, full of their passions, and to advance in their careers and to earn good money, and for them to make a difference to the world that they want to make. I think we have an amazing opportunity, but in order for that opportunity to be harnessed by as many people as possible, we need to think systematically about influence. And that's where I come in as the influence expert, through some online training that I'm going to make, through the writings that I do, through videos like this one. I'm going to show you ways in which you can use influence. And of course, I don't have all the answers. Of course, there are other people who are more expert at different aspects of influence. I'm going to introduce you to some of those people. I'm going to use people as a good example. We're going to go on a journey together, and I'm going to help you to increase your impact, increase your influence. If I help you to increase your influence, then it will also mean that it will increase your impact, because if you have more influence, the impact on the things that matter to you is going to also be increased. So please look out for the things that I'm sharing online. Sign up to my mailing list. You'll get a free download helping you with influence, and you'll also have the opportunity to get tips and inspiration from me in your inbox every single week. My website is www.theinfluenceexpert.com. That's www.theinfluenceexpert.com. Look out for some of the things that I'm sharing online, and I hope that I can help you to grow your influence. Thank you.